Stick to the plan. Anticipate. Don't improvise. Trust no one. Never yield an advantage. Fight only the battles you're paid to fight.
Bro, that's a killer quote right there.
That's it. If somebody said that, I'd be like, yep, he's a killer. He kills.
Yes, that's what he does for a living. I do not want to mess with that man.
No questions asked.
Hello. Greetings.
What's up?
Welcome to Chilli Penguins. We took two random names and put them together. He likes hot stuff, I like penguins. That's how we got here. There's no other explanation. I am Limo.
I am Do and Eve.
Today we're talking about The Killer, not the new. Was it? There's a series apparently called The Killer.
Yes.
Yeah, I haven't heard good things about that, so we're not talking about that. We're talking about The Killer, starring Michael Fassbender, directed by David Fincher.
Yes, from 2023.
You want to give us the quick synopsis, or should I do that?
I kindly give the honors.
So, after a fateful near miss, an assassin battles his employers and himself on an international hunt for retribution he insists isn't personal.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm gonna do the Peter Griffin.
Yeah. Bro, but like off the bat, I have to say, I think similar to the last film we watched, very character centric.
Yes.
These
are films that I highly motivated by the character.
Yeah.
It takes they occupy almost 100% of the screen.
I mean, this one, I think more than other films, this is primarily about him, the killer, nobody else. Because even though we get like other characters, unless the killer himself is interacting with them, they're not there.
Yes.
We don't get to see
only because they are in relation to him.
Yeah. I mean, if like we don't get to see their point of views on things, we don't get to like know more about them. No. It's about the killer. And I think one of the things in the synopsis, it's like when I first read it, I was like, wait, why is he battling himself? Because it says he battles his employers and himself.
Yeah.
But I think that also like shows because it's like a journey about him and what he's going through and the people that he interacts with. Like we don't care about the other people. It's about him. And that I think that they knock it out the park actually.
I mean, it's Fincher. What did we expect?
Bro, like funny enough, before we started recording, you were like, before The Killer, we haven't really seen much of Michael Fassbender.
Honestly, yeah, he had been in, the X-Men movies that I've never seen.
Bro, come on now.
I've only seen maybe 2 or 3 in my childhood.
Fine, fair.
And then he was in Alien Covenant. I remember that briefly. But 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, 22, 23. For 6 years, we haven't seen Fassbender.
So, the reason why I go there, you mentioned David. What has David done in the last 6 years?
Fincher.
Yeah.
Nothing.
That's the thing. So,
yeah.
both of them haven't like actually released something in the past 6 or so, or even more years. I don't even know how many. Like the last thing I remember, the David Gone Girl. Did he do something after Gone Girl?
He did Mank in 2020. I remember that.
Okay, I don't.
At least he 3 years. So not bad.
3 years. Okay, so not bad. But it's like both of them haven't like been around, like constantly delivering stuff. So I think it was a perfect marriage.
Yes, they came out swinging.
Bro, they came out.
The whole team actually,
heavy.
because David works with the same composers, the same editors.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. Okay.
It's just you can feel. It's almost like who can I put? It's almost like who are constant collaborators. There's a lot of constant collaborators in the
Childish and Ludwig.
Well, in music, yeah.
Yeah.
Similar to that,
fine.
people who have a relationship when they come together again, the product feels
That sounds like a Scorsese and De Niro collab.
yes, Scorsese and De Niro, Quentin and DiCaprio in the great
yeah.
years. But them, because it's edited by Kirk Baxter, who usually edits with Mr. Ross. No. And Ross is the music composer together with Trent Reznor. They do the music.
Okay.
Then the sound designer is Red Kleiss.
Bro, the
honestly,
sound, yeah.
honestly, I had appreciated editing, as an ordinary film goer. But after watching The Killer, I don't know what happened. But I was like, oh, I love editing now.
Bro.
For me, that was the highlight of the film, amongst many, many other things. But
you know what I hate, bro?
What do you hate?
We'll get to that. Like, I know I'm bringing this up now, but because we brought up the editing. Like, the first, I don't know, was it 20 minutes of this film?
Yeah.
Or so? I think there was a lot of people who were like, they'll watch that and like, it's a boring film, and they turn it off. And I'm like, are you serious?
Bruh.
Because I think it's very different from what people expect, especially with the title again. But then it's also like the way it's shot, the shot selection, and the edits, and especially like when we get to the point where the gun fires, I'm like, what? Are you insane?
Bruh.
Are you insane? No.
It's almost like the title says action, but the movie says thriller.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the movie is very personal in how I feel like it's very personal in how it's shot. Very personal. Because it's
as you said, it's like it's about him.
Yeah.
And nothing else. And it's not easy to make a movie like that because as you can easily lose the audience. Number one. Number two, if the drama is not enough, the movie can fall flat.
Very flat on its face.
But this doesn't happen because obviously the beautiful script,
bro,
Fassbender's performance, and the whole thing, like
it works.
Everything, every time, not even every time, in every second, it's almost like the movie. It's a how am I say this? It's a stereotypical director thing when it's like, oh, if you're a director, you must grab the audience by the neck and say, I'm gonna hold you for the next 120 minutes. That's what this movie does.
Yeah.
Even though nothing is happening, it feels like something is happening.
It feels like something is happening. Yeah.
And you're just there like, what's going on?
What's going on here?
What's going on? There must be a reason why I'm looking at this man cracking his neck, and it's like, yes.
It draws you in. It's like there has to be a reason why this is happening.
Yes.
This was what last year, guys. Come on, I'm hoping you watch this film. If you haven't, I'm sorry.
That's where the spoiler warning ends.
Yeah, that's spoiler. I tried. I'm sorry, I tried. This film follows. Wait, did we get his name?
No, he doesn't even know. He's the killer.
Yeah, I was about to say, I'm like, no, we didn't get his actual character name. So we follow the killer, right? And we start off with him in Paris, and he's staking out like this hotel. Apparently there's a target there, and look at this shot, bro. He's in the center. It's empty. It's like the color choice, and I'm like, okay, something's up here,
bruh.
But what I love about this shot in particular is the use of color, like the blues, emphasizing like coldness and low, and you've got this bit of red right there. It's
as you're saying, it's cold, it's cool in temperature, but also cool like the mood, like to look at. It's very,
bro. Anyways, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm trying to talk about the narrative, but again, looking at these shots, damn. Okay, so we follow the killer, right? He's in Paris. He's got a target. It's a regular thing for him. But now we're getting to see the life of an assassin that's not like the James Bonds, not like, all these other films we've seen. We're getting to see like the day-to-day, not like the glamorous part where it's like AK-47s, like these high-end action sequences. None of that. We're getting to see him like, how people say being a lawyer is like a glamorous job, whatever. But then they don't talk about like all the files and the paperwork they have to do and every like just sitting down, collecting things, reading things. We just see the court and like the action and like defending cases. Here,
Oh yeah.
we actually seeing the man just staking out a place, sitting there, waiting, stretching, getting his body right, sleeping. Like we're seeing him like actually wait for that perfect moment. And the thing is, even he doesn't know, like we don't show if, because he's waiting there. If he knew exactly when they'd be there, he'd show up at that particular time. But he just knows that they're gonna be there eventually, so he's staking out and he's waiting. And the character, the target finally gets there. He preps his gun. He sees the target. The target has a female lady. Has
Female ladies.
Bro, where was that? Is that from Kojo in?
Yay.
I still remember that.
Oh no, it's like Rasta to get a pizza, and then they're trying to make a reunion. I don't know if they're trying to make a reunion, but I saw it on Instagram and I was like, Zeke and Luke are still
Zeke and
alive.
Luke? Okay, damn. Okay, what a throwback. But
Yes.
bro's got a lady there. She's doing the sexy time. Man gets the shot ready, and she gets in the way as he shoots. Now, man has never failed before, so he's like, okay, crap. What now? So it goes on, like he tries to shoot again, but they close the curtains. He doesn't get a good shot. He immediately packs up, gets everything, and goes on the run. He's got like a little scooter, avoiding cops. It's not like a high chase scene because they don't really know he's there, but he's being extra careful, like
Yes. And the
not
thing
taking
that the
any
thing
chance.
the thing that heightens the drama is the fact that number one, we know that this is a high-end client, obviously, but two,
Yeah,
it's that he's never missed. He's never
Yeah.
messed up a job. So immediately we're like, oh, he messed this up. What's gonna happen? I love how they throw us in them. They throw us, like as you said, we're not trying. Like a typical film, will show him like shooting people and successful
Yeah.
jobs and killing and being cool. I love how here we're thrown into the mess of action where he messes up, because
yeah,
it draws us into oh so it's not that great, he messed up, but then
yeah.
the duration of the film shows us how efficient he is.
Very.
So
And
they're like no, yeah, he messed up, but look how badass he is. And then we're like, oh yep, he is.
And he's very careful too, like extremely careful.
I love
Because-
how in like his mantra where he's like, don't improvise, anticipate, don't improvise. When he messes up, he doesn't try to improvise. It's like, okay, that
Yeah.
failed, I'm gonna leave. He doesn't try to, I'm gonna solve it this way. So
Yeah.
initially he sort of sticks to his mantra and it's like, okay, this one is over. If
Because
you
I think-
improvise,
Yeah,
you're not gonna mess up, you're gonna mess up more.
you're gonna mess up. Because when I watched this film, I think twice. I remember watching it again, and I was looking at after he took the first shot, they closed the curtains. I was thinking like, wouldn't he just like shoot like 2 or 3 times and hope to get it? But then it's
Just
like,
start firing.
yeah. But then I'm thinking to myself, if you think about it in his way, in his mantra, the longer he stays there, the longer he risks getting caught.
Yeah.
So don't improvise.
Because
Just
this is not just a nobody. This is a highly protected client. So
Yeah.
security stuff, they're gonna find it.
Yeah, and obviously, like now then they'll know, okay, the shots came directly from there. It will like lead back to him and all that stuff. So his mantra really worked out for him. He's like, nope, okay, cool, don't improvise. Stick to the plan. And bro, even like when he's getting away, he's making sure. Goes to a place, he throws his helmet away, goes into like this, it's like a car place where like they fix cars, whatever. He doesn't go to like a garage or like what do they call it, a gas station?
Back room.
Literally just some shady back room, and then like he's got like his disinfectants and stuff like that, washes his hands, his face, everything. Then puts his like
there was a moment in the hideout where the security guards came to throw in the mail. That was intense. That was, I'm like, oh, this poor bastard is about to get shot in the face.
Bro, me too. I was like, this dude's about to die.
But he was so calm. I was like, all right, cool.
Bro, but like, so when he was getting away, I was thinking to myself, okay, cool, I get washing his hands, disinfected and everything. But like, why are you shaving, bro?
Bruh, guys should be careful out there.
But like, man was like, I'm not taking any chances.
No.
Like, 0 chances.
And chances are, he has this routine whether he fails or succeeds.
Yeah. That's what I was thinking. Like, this is what he planned on doing. And then going to the airport, because he's like, I'm getting out of here. Even in the whole, like, remember he went to the airport, I think he had to take 2 flights, right? So in that first flight, he's like checking out everybody that gets in. Like, and then he sees this person, and I think he sat in front of him or something in like a suit. And he's like, okay, I see you.
Who was this man? I was also like,
I'm like, okay, is he like another assassin? What? He's looking at him, he's like, because in his brain, I don't think he knows who he is, but he's also like, you're suspicious.
Yes.
And then sees him like in like the waiting room for the next flight, and he's like, I'm gonna change. I'm gonna stay and I'm change my flights. I'm like, bro, he's not taking any risks. Any risks, bro. Actually, before that, like, I remember he was in line to like get the passport and stuff done, and he was just looking around. There was like this dog.
Yeah.
The dog wasn't barking or anything. The dog was just looking at him. He was looking at the dog, but then he was like, nope, goes to the bathroom.
Anticipate, don't improvise.
Bro,
any possible area of troublesomeness, the man anticipates everything.
Yeah, so man flies home, right? So Dominican Republic, and goes to his place, and as he arrives, he immediately spots like footprints, and he's like, oh shit, okay, something's up.
I love how, bruh, this is how you know these are superior scripts. By the way, fun fact.
Yeah.
Which speaks to the brilliance of this film. Andrew Kevin Walker, the writer, is the same guy who wrote Seven, so you can imagine.
Oh damn.
Brilliance. Anyway, I love how, bruh, every time this happens in a movie where they don't give us the answer, we, as you're saying, we're speculating. Who is here? Whose blood is this? What happened here?
Bro, I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
Plant those questions in your head, and usually, think about this. If it was a very, I'm gonna say this, insecure writer, the man would have been walking around like, "Honey, are you okay? Hello." And we're like, oh.
Basically telling us, okay, obviously it's like a wife or like girlfriend or something.
But they give us
we don't get any of that.
There's music playing, there's blood, there's universal term, there was forced entry. but then we are genuinely like, what happened? Who is here? And the writer's like, don't worry,
bro,
we'll give you the information right now. Just look at the crime of the scene of the crime. And to me,
and it looks brutal, bro.
That's just a little hint of how beautifully written this film is. Because it's like, it would have been easy to be like, okay, we're gonna show pictures. Because part of me was also waiting for pictures. Let's see who's on the wall.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I was actually thinking that, okay, like a frame or something. I don't know, maybe I missed it, but I didn't see any of that. He first goes to like the hospital and finds out that, okay, it's his girlfriend that they came in the house looking for him, and he wasn't there, and his girlfriend was there, and then you saw the scene, like, but like the brother of the girlfriend is like, she didn't say anything. I know your line of work type of thing, and he's like, but obviously he's clearly worried about his sister. And one thing he says, bro, I want to get the right quote, but he says something along the lines of, I promise you, nothing like this will never be allowed to happen again. Bro, like that. Because usually someone would say, something like this will never happen again. Like, that's what I would
pay, whatever the case may be.
Yeah, something like that. He says nothing will ever be allowed to happen again. I think that word allowed means like he's got like a specific idea who did
Yes.
this, and he's going to basically stop everything.
Yes. Literally,
around
he's
that.
like, I'm gonna make sure. Literally, as he said, I'm gonna make sure that I'm gonna eliminate every possibility of this thing happening again.
Bro, every single possibility. Like not like it's not gonna happen again, like a blanket statement. No, he's very sure like it won't be allowed to happen again. I was like, damn, okay. And he's so calm. Very calm.
Also, I love how the actions or the events of the film are because of the main character. Yes, they are external forces, but they are all linked to him.
To him.
It makes it makes the plot carry so much weight, where it's not just events happening yada 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 willy-nilly out there and he's reacting to them. Yes, he reacts, but if we pay close attention, we realize that all of this is because he missed.
Yes, and I think going back to what you said earlier about like insecure writers, you know how some films, I'm not calling other people insecure writers, guys, I'm just disclaimer, but like
You're
in some
a
films, like in the
bitch-ass
beginning, guys, don't kill me. But in the beginning, you know how some films, like if like a guy's doing a job, he'll get like a text or call from like the girlfriend or the wife, saying, hey, don't get hurt or whatever, or come back home safe, letting us know in the beginning that there's someone he's gonna have to come back to. We like in the beginning, I didn't even think of there's a possibility this guy's in a relationship. That wasn't even a thought in my brain.
Like they don't give us the information unless it's relevant to the story.
Yeah, to the story. And because the story is around him and his actions from the miss, nothing around that or before that is relevant until he experiences. Because like, what I love about this is like, he gets information the exact same time we get information. So him like noticing things, we're like there with him on the journey.
Bruh, we are like, okay, so it's this guy. We must go to this guy. Okay, so we must go to this person. Okay, and so if he reacts, we react. It's not like when we were talking last week about being spoon-fed information, and then we just sit there looking at things happening without actually wondering,
actually using our brains.
If I'm gonna go to the store, if I'm gonna go to the store to buy some cake, an insecure writer would make it so that I tell my roommates, hey man, I'm gonna go to the store to buy some cake. And then the writer and then the roommates will be like, okay, bring me some socks. And then we cut to me at the store. Already I know what I'm gonna do.
Already, yeah.
But here, it's like we're looking at this guy and we're like, where is he going? Why is he going there?
Yeah.
When he what I like is when they withhold information, they actually promise that we're gonna give the information, and they actually deliver. Because sometimes mysteries would be terrible because people believe, if you don't give the audience information, then they're gonna make up. Then it's like, well, I mean, no, you gotta have something so that we can formulate theories.
Yeah.
So when he gets there, as he's saying, and he actually gets the information, it adds it almost like a payoff. Or it's satisfying.
And also, what I like, he doesn't get all the information. It's not easy for him because, like, the brother says, the only thing the brother says, like, they got in a green taxi, like a green car, like a taxi. That's all he says.
Yes.
He doesn't know anything. He just knows that two people were there and they got in a car that is green, like a taxi. That's all he knows. So going off of that, and like, you know, like typical films, they probably show him going in town. Then there'll be like two cars, and the third car is the one with that's green, with like that matches description, and then he'll go from that. But this guy, he drives around town. He's on this journey, right? He's like, okay, orange car. He's like, okay, where would I find a green taxi type of car? It takes him actually a while to go and find this car, and even when he does find like this green taxi car, it's not like, oh, that's the exact one, because I mean, like, what are the odds that the first green car that's a taxi is the one that he's looking for? That's just not realistic. And like a lot of films do that. It's like, oh, that car matches the description, that must be it.
Get on a smart car.
Bro, yeah, it's like, no, there's obviously a taxi company, and this taxi company has a bunch of green cars. So, like, and he's like, okay, cool. And now I know where they are. He goes to this place, pretends like he needs like a ride or something, and breaks in, ties the owner, makes sure he doesn't see him, and he goes through the list and sees which taxi in that list went to go to his place. Because obviously with metered taxis, they track the address and stuff like that. So he finds the one that went to that place, finds the person, the driver himself, with like the ID, and then makes it look like it was a robbery, and then leaves. Again, not improvising, not leaving any trail. Man is a professional.
What I love also, I was reading when 2 days ago, as you were saying that he goes there, puts 2 and 2 together, and then after putting 2 and 2 together, there's actually another problem. Then he has to put 2 and 3 together, and then there's another 3 and 4.
Yeah.
It's like the book I was reading was like, we want conflict, not complexity, and plot shouldn't be complex for the sake of being complex. If you look at this film, it's very simple, and it's probable. He goes there, he sees, okay, there's more than one green car. I'm gonna go to the taxi company. Oh, the guy won't let me in. I have a weapon. I'm gonna get in there. Oh, they have a list and route, schedule, whatever it is. So you see, it's conflict, but it's simple. It's probable. It's like, we're not gonna have him use fucking high tech and hacking things and
like hack into the system,
complex,
whatever.
have airplanes flying through. It's like, no, it's a very simple, and simple is not used in a derogatory way. It's like, no. The film is a clear cut. It's almost like they removed all the unnecessary parts, and then they focused on making the necessary parts very strong. Because you said it would have been boring if it was like, oh, there's the green car, I'm gonna go with him because he's the only green car, and then it's like, all right, cool,
bro. It's like what are the odds? Also, it's like they don't treat us like kids.
See?
I think they don't treat us as the audience like children.
Yes.
We actually like, okay, cool. Like we I think it's also because it's an R-rated film. Obviously, most people that watch it like are adults, so like we are thinking people. Well, most of us, I hope. And we are rooted in logic. So this film, within this film's world, there's a logic, and it's grounded in reality.
Yes.
And we don't try to skip things, and like you have to like make like leaps, like, okay, we could have just jump over this truth and like just believe that happened. No, everything is within this film's world. There's some sort of logic that we can follow, which is what I love. But bro, once he finds the guy, like what he does,
bro, that's where for me that was the first thing. I was like, oh, so he does. Oh, so he's not fucking around. Oh, okay. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
me too.
okay.
Because I was not expecting that at all. Because so he finds this taxi driver, right? And so the guy starts driving, and not too long, bro grabs his gun out and is like, yo, we are serious now. Like, he asks him about like, okay, so now, because it's also like, he wants to know who the people were, right? Because all he knows was this taxi. So he solved one checkpoint. Okay, we now in the taxi, we've got the driver. Now we need to find out who those people were. And the taxi driver like gives him a description eventually, like after he sees, okay, this man is serious. Gives a description of who they were. I love how he describes it's like the brute and this one girl that looks like a Q-tip.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm thinking he's gonna let him go. I was like, okay, you don't have to kill him. He's like, he just drove. He didn't do anything. He was just a driver. But man is like, nah.
He lives like no trace.
Bro, and what was so insane but also smart, he basically leads him to where he parked his car.
Yeah.
So it's this easy getaway.
And
the fact that he parked his car in such a weird remote place, that's like, okay, he definitely thought about this. He flies to America, using these like fifth or like sixth different passports. At this point, he's going after like the I want to say the admin people behind this whole killing thing, and obviously they're very careful. They're not just gonna let him in. Like, imagine you let like a hired assassin in.
Stick to that. I also love how they don't they don't show us the plan. You know, there's no montage of him like take it, and then I'm gonna go to this man and I'm gonna kill them. No,
Yeah.
whatever. It's like, as you said,
Like getting
everything
blueprints and
we
stuff like that.
discover with him. So he has a plan
Yes.
in mind, but the filmmakers, they're not telling us the plan, they are showing us the plan.
Exactly. And like you said, we're discovering everything with him. A lot of the actors, even though like because we're with him the whole time, whenever we meet other characters or introduce other characters, it's like they don't squander those opportunities. They actually show up. Even though their roles are limited.
Oh yeah.
Like they act their asses off. Because even the secretary lady.
Bro, bro, that's the only death that genuinely made me sad. I'm not gonna lie.
But again, stick to the plan.
No, but it gets to me, bro. It's so sad. I'm even getting emotional right now. Cause lady was like, at least make it. Cause the lady knows this man, he's not gonna let me go. So just
That's the
please
thing.
make
What I
it
love
look
about it, like
next.
she knew. Like it was like because when she got locked up in the bathroom, she went and just took all the what was it, painkillers or whatever she took, because she's like there's no point at this point. Like I'm gonna cry. This is it for me.
Bruh.
And like the lawyer guy, he's calm because I think at that point he knows like he's got all the information.
He was a bit cocky too.
Yeah. Because I think he was like, you know what, this is the protocol. Like, I didn't think you'd go home. Like, why would you go home? You've got all the money in the world. Like, you know, this is what we do. But again, going back to what he said in the hospital, he'll make sure that this thing is never allowed to happen again. Right. So he's going back to the source, bro.
But also they messed up.
And I was like,
also, this company is kind of weak because if the person who messed up is not there, what do you think is gonna happen if you fuck up his wife? He's gonna be like, oh no,
bruh, that's
sorry.
the thing.
I'm gonna take it and sit here. What?
I'm just gonna be like, oh, okay, it's fine. You just killed my wife. It's fine. I'm gonna move on, bro. Like, nah. I also, you know what? I judge them for hiring that brute.
Yeah.
I judge them for that. But so he ties the lawyer dude up, and then he's got like this nail gun. So the guy's being very cocky. And then he's like, I know you've got like backups, just show me where. And then the guy's being like, dude, nah, I'm not doing, like, he's not doing anything. He's being very resilient. Bro staples like 3 nails to his chest.
Just like, soup. What?
Bro, I was like, whoa, calm down. And then he's got this internal monologue, and he's like, the average man weighing this however many pounds will take about this long to suffocate and die. And then he dies a lot quicker than that. And he's seconds. Well, shit. Now that plan's gone down the drain.
But it also shows how it also shows how he's slowly miscalculating. So now because of his emotional investment, his approach is slowly being tainted with. And we kind of seeing that it's in the background, but it's like, he's becoming it's almost like he's becoming more wrong now because of the emotional investment that he has. Because usually he doesn't get, because he does say empathy is weakness and something like that. So now that obviously
he does
his girl, it's starting to be a weakness. Like, I'm seeing that weakness in the way he messes up the calculations.
Bro, it's like it's slowly starting to creep in. Like, he's not this, obviously he's this cold, collected killer, but like there's a bit of like the man inside there as well.
Yes.
But then I think what the secretary does by offering up the information I think that was her bargaining to make sure that her death looks, because what did she say? Like, please make it look right so that my kids can have the insurance money. Because otherwise, she could have just disappeared. He could have made her disappear.
And the worst part is that, not even the worst part, another part is that when she asks that, make it look like an accident so that the kids couldn't get the insurance. That's actually the first time we see him almost agree to a request.
Yeah.
The first time he didn't agree. The kid was like, no, man, no. That was it. Bye-bye. The lawyer guy, tried to bargain in the pocket way. 3 nails to his chest. The secretary, she asked, and then she was like, now we seeing, but this man cares.
Yeah, but also it's like she's like, I know what you want, and she used that as a bargaining chip. And then, but I'm not gonna lie to you, I thought maybe he's gonna let her go. I don't know why.
I thought that as well, bro.
I think in her heart she knew it was over, but I think part of her maybe might have had a bit of hope, and that gave me hope as well. Like, maybe,
like when they were sitting, and she's telling him, like, the details, go through letter M, go through this number. It looked like, oh, she might let her go.
He's cooperating, and he's very calm. But nope, because like he gets the information, he's taking the stuff, and then she's walking in front of her, and I think she's about to say something.
Yeah, she was about to say something.
And with like in 3.2 seconds, bro just snaps her neck, and I'm like, sorry, what? Bro, he left no crumbs.
That death got me, bro. I was like, oh no.
Not the secretary lady. She wasn't. We don't know much about her, so I can't say she was innocent. But like,
I mean, she's in a contract to kill a business.
Fuck being innocent. But at the same time, it's like, in the grand scheme of things, she didn't kill your girlfriend or like put her in the hospital.
Bruh. And she
gave you what you needed,
details.
bro. But again, stick to the plan. Don't improvise.
And he has to make sure something. Because if she's alive, who is to know she's not gonna talk to the other
and
people?
You know what the plan is? The plan goes back to what he said in the hospital, making sure that nothing like this is ever allowed to happen again. So nothing can get back to him.
Because it's the company that allows.
Yeah, so he has to go for the company. And bro, he's making sure that nothing goes back to him. But like, yeah, he gets the information, goes after like the brute guy in Miami, I think.
I personally think that fight is the best fight of 2023. It tops anything I saw in John Wick. For me, that is the best fight I've seen in a long time, bro. That fight sequence is beautiful.
Do you know why I like that fight? Because I think in 2023 there were other fights that were probably better choreographed, but there's also the reason why I really like this fight, because it doesn't feel like it was choreographed. It felt just like this man is, because I think his goal was like just to get there, shoot him, get it over with. Now he has to fight.
Little did he know.
And bro, it is brutal.
I remember the fight coordinator there said he looked at fights of people just duking out in the streets shot on iPhones. And I'm like, that feels like it's not it. That fight is not all we're gonna showcase.
Not even a little bit.
No. It's just like two people who are trying to kill
He's just duking it out.
Rough. But also,
bro, I was about to say the sound.
Where did it go?
I think the sound started off when he was entering his house. Like when he was still, I was like, oh, this is about to go down. Bruh, but like, and it also like when the fight started, it's like, I don't know how to describe it, but it like, sort of like it maybe went down in decibels or something like that, because it felt like it was happening in real, like, you know, when
They used low frequency sound. That's why they used.
Yes, that's what it is. Because you could like feel like this is just happening and it's real. It just felt real and brutal.
Also realized the camera was on tripods, but as soon as the brute comes out, it goes handheld. And then it's just fucking chaos from there.
Bro, but that was like, oof. I was real.
Design. For me, it's the editing and the sound design, particularly
Yeah.
the scene, where I was like, okay. I mean, Atticus is a brilliant editor. Oh, fun fact! I learned that when the killer was in the kitchen and he opened the drawer and found the grater there, that was improvised by Fassbender.
Really?
Yeah. So apparently, because David Fincher is one of my favorite directors of all time because of his attention to detail. So the kitchens, they are all dressed, even though they're not going to be used. There's shit in the drawers. Imagine that.
Oh, okay. Because I was thinking to myself, like, what?
So when he opened and pulled out a random object and he pulled out a grater, that is his genuine reaction. And Fincher was like, okay, remove everything in the drawer and just leave the grater.
And just leave the grater.
Like,
I love it.
So good.
Bro, that's nice. Because I think that's also what added an element of realism to it.
Yes.
Because I think like that's you expect him to find a knife or something like that.
Yeah.
But like
also they showed him run away. Very rarely we see the main character running away from a fight, like genuinely be scared of his life.
Bro, that's what made it felt very real. And it's like he's also experiencing this for the first time. Like he wasn't ready to be like, because he thought like he was gonna get in there, 2 bullets or 1 bullet to the head, leave. But nah, this is like now he's facing another assassin. He's not facing like another an admin person or a taxi driver. This is someone who also does this. Right. But also like the contradictory between how he handles the brute versus how he handles the lady in New York. But spoiler alert, he does eventually kill the brute. And I remember he goes to this hotel, takes a shower, and like gathers his thoughts again, and then goes, because he's got the address, so he stakes out this address for like the next person, and he sees the lady, and sure enough, Tilda looks like a Q-tip. No offense, Tilda.
Yeah, no offense, Tilda.
No offense. No, love you. And okay, so I think I like his approach this time, because there was a moment where he's driving next to her in the car, and he could have easily just like silenced her to the gun, across the window, 1, 2, done, move along.
Yeah, and I think that's also what they knew we were expecting. That's why they held on those shots. Like, when is it gonna happen? When is it gonna happen? And it's when we least expected it.
Bro, I like how it's like, so I like the not the contradiction, but like the difference in how he handles situations, because one is like this very real, brutal fight, and then the other is this very real conversation.
It's almost like he likes hearing them talk so he can get more information, but at the same time he's almost like he hates giving them hope.
Yeah.
Because it's like, don't try to beg, but at the same time, hey, tell me things. Because I think he is saying no, because he usually says, don't get involved, don't have empathy, don't have everything. And she's like, you act like you don't like what you're doing, or you act like you don't like this happening, but deep down, it's part of, not necessarily part of who you are, but part of who you are,
and you like it as well.
Yes. And you act like you're this soulless robotic person, but not really. Because he from the beginning of the film, with the mantra is like, stick to the plan. don't have empathy because empathy is weakness. And the last guy, he doesn't kill because he acts like there's no empathy. But for the first time again, he sees that this man doesn't even know what's happening. So now I feel empathy, but I've been feeling empathy all this time because they did something to my girl. But also, I wouldn't know if I would say it's more of like a semi-open-ended ending. Because, I mean, one would argue that he doesn't really feel sorry for the guy. Or he does feel sorry, but chooses not to say it or to show it.
Yeah.
Or feels like, okay, my work is done here. Because that was the plan. The plan was to kill everybody. I think that's why they didn't tell us that he was going to kill everybody. Because if he did that, then it would have been obvious that he didn't stick to the plan.
Yes, they never told us the plan. They just knew that there was a plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I think, bro, this film, brilliance. But like you mentioned, David, bro, the directing by David.
Like, as opposed to, like last week we were talking about Manchester by the Sea. Manchester by the Sea is sort of laid back, and it's like, this is just the lives of the people. This one is like, it gets in there. It's like, look at this guy forever.
Bro, it's real. Bro, what I like about this film, like you said, Manchester was very subdued, like very chilled. Here we've got like even the shots, the editing, everything is different. Like the use of color. Like you get like these blues, these like greens to showcase. Like I think I like how they use color here, the color grading, just to give us more about the character, more about what he's thinking, more about like his psyche. Because the blues they use, bro, it's like, okay, this dude is very isolated in a way. He keeps to himself. And in scenes when there's a bit of warmer lighting, it still feels like the way they grade it, they don't highlight the warm. It's like it's very desaturated.
Oh yeah, it would have been weird if it was. Because it's not trying to be. What's the word? Showy.
Yes.
Show is the word, but
it's not trying to be polished, clean, sleek, assassin. It's very grounded.
Yeah. And also, Fincher likes this color palette, the browns and the blues.
Yeah, he does.
It's also like the color palette in Gone Girl, that browns and the desaturated greens and all that. It's always nice because it keeps you. I feel like it plays the line of sometimes it's in the horror neighborhood without being scary.
Yes.
And then it comes back. And then it's like, this is fucked up, but we're gonna come back. It's not. Compare this to like Marvel, where it's like highly saturated and nice and everything is just polished. Everything is polished here, but it carries that level of grittiness.
It does. And it's like, I think I see the grittiness more than the polished. But it's also not too gritty where it feels like it's low budget. It just feels very grounded.
Yes. It would have been cheesy. It would have been easily cheesy, but somehow the team made it very, very. It's a very strong film. Like it carries so much weight.
Yeah, no, it does. It really does. I think everything just worked very well together. Like the score, the editing, the color. Like, oof. Now props to the team.
Ooh.
Dude, props to the team. They really worked here. Let's do final thoughts. Final thoughts on the killer.
My final thoughts is I wouldn't have minded if it was longer. That's my final thought.
Actually speaking, I agree with you. Like, I think I know what I love. I remember I mentioned this earlier. I liked how grounded it was and how we felt like we were with him on his journey. Like we were with him and we discovering things as he discovers things. Like when he meets people, it's like we don't see those people when they are on their own, or we don't like see those people's points of views. We only see them when he interacts with them. So I wish, again, if it was longer, or you know what it was, not even if it was longer, I think this is good for a theatrical or Netflix cut. I want a director's cut where there's like 3 or 4 more people he has to interact with, like he has to go through.
Yes, but also that's how you know the movie is good, when you leave us wanting more.
Yeah. But I think, final thoughts. I love how grounded it was. I love how the lighting, the shots, editing, for me, like how it just felt like I knew how the world that he lived in worked, and I knew how, like I could place that place, and I'm like, this is grounded. This is how this place works. And we're talking about this character who is used to doing things perfectly and now has to deal with an imperfection that caused like this whole journey that he's on. But yeah, really love this film. Really love this film. Ladies and gents, people on the airwaves, it has been good. We shall ramble on about the drop next week. We're signing off. We'll see you guys next week.
Cheerio.